T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hear the shout! One, fight!
Yo, how you going? It's LadyChann, nonetheless, and welcome to Come Box with Chan. We are live in the building. Oh, you know this thing keeps archiving people on WhatsApp, so I'm missing some conversation. Hang on. I hate it. Hang on, let's go again, shall we? Yeah, so we're gonna have the former undisputed
T-minus 30 seconds.
Sorry, not T-minus. We're gonna have the former undisputed heavyweight champ of the Wizzy world. We're gonna have HASIM the Rock RAHMAN in the building for round 3. I'm always gassed when I get. Let me just fix these banners. Banoramas. It's quite early for you lot. I know it's my fault. I was supposed to do yesterday with Rock, but you know, things happened, and Rock will be going to the SPENCE fight, so in Vegas. So I'm sure he's going over today or tomorrow, one or the other. HASIM. I love that. I love the name Rahman. I just love saying it. Hang on. This is powerful. And little old me, LadyChann. And LadyChann. There we go. There we go, yo. And also, what I need to edit is Twitter and Instagram. LadyChann. I know. And for your it's how's you guys' day, by the way? Because it's really nice here. Should be out. I should be playing outside. You know, work beckons. For your merch, it's DundemSeason.com, where you get some fly swaggy stuff, like what you see the I wearing, you know? So there you go. Yeah, merch in the building. It's quite dark, isn't it? Because I've only got this little light, and I've got light shining back on me like that. Yeah, I ain't got the massive light. Okay. Shani is reloaded. Who's in the building? We have 913 Boxer in the building. Yes, this is live, Adari. In the building. Luis Diaz in the building. Outlaw, my brother, boxing club in the building. What up, though? Y'all all out? Hang on now. Let's go. Okay. I am reloaded. There you go. Oh, I've got a few messages. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just looking at angles. I'm introducing, introducing, introducing the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, HASIM the Rock Rahman. Do you like those intros?
What's good?
What's good, Rock? I should have been a ring announcer, shouldn't I?
I see you dope with it.
I am. Well, I know. Got used to it. It's my bag. It's what I like doing. Vocal. It's all good. How are you, King?
I'm just right.
Hey, so excited. This is your first time back since 2022. Since the new year, I had COVID in December. Oh, man. My taste buds are still not at 100%. It's weird. I lost my taste like 3 days in. It's back, but it's not at the same how it was. Weird.
You all right now?
Yeah, I'm all right now, but I just haven't got, like, I wouldn't say I've got 100% taste buds back. I think my taste buds are about 75%, which is a shame.
Okay.
I know. I could smell, but I couldn't taste. I could, in the first day, when I tested positive, I could taste everything. Second day, taste. The third day, the taste just said, we out. Catch y'all on the flip side. You ain't tasting nothing from now on. Yeah. And then it came back, but it's just not at that sharpest level. And that was since December. So, yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. So, sorry about yesterday. Look at you. You fixing me. Shape it this way. You got to go back that way. You got to go back vertical, because right now you are horizontal. You got to go that way. Yeah, there you are. Back in the building. Yeah, there you are. There you are. Oh, no, there you're not. So, yeah. Oh, you gave me a heart. That's nice. Thank you for the likes on the Facebook, on the Twitter, Instagram, Cash App, Cash App, #, LadyChann, Instagram and Twitter at LadyChann. Merch, www.dundonseason.com. Rock, where did you go? Rock pressed the leave studio button. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, so look at me just stalling. I don't even know. I'm in a bit of a daydream. We also have. Why have you got that one? Is that your name's different on here? Rock. Okay, I'm just letting you know backstage because I'll introduce you back, but it's gonna. Okay, there you go, Mr. Steph Rahman. Yeah, you came out. You dipped out for a minute.
I don't know what's wrong with this. Not my real thing. I'm not really good with this type of stuff.
No, you get better, but you're better than some people. I know some people are not really up for the tech, but you can hear me though and see me, right?
I can hear you a little bit. Like I'm trying to fix the mic, make you louder.
Is it on the phone? Maybe turn it up on the. Is it on the phone?
But I just press the mic sign.
No, maybe the actual. Are you on a laptop or phone? Maybe the actual phone needs to be turned up.
No, I press my volume all the way up on my phone. I'm up on my phone.
On the mic. Try on the mic. Press the mic sound. Press the mic emoji. What does it tell you?
My just went on and off.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's just the mute. Yeah, that's yeah. Maybe that you've pressed the link. Are you on an iPhone or an Android?
iPhone.
Okay, so sometimes they can be a bit temperamental. I'm the same iPhone, but I'm on a Lappy now. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, maybe I'll get closer to the Lappy and then you can hear me. Yeah. Coolio and the gang. So, where we starting? Thanks for joining me. I know it's early for you. I know. Sorry about yesterday. Had some stuff to sort out. It was crazy. But yeah, I'm free right now. Little one's gone to her father's. So what have you been up to, Rock? Tell me. What's
What?
happening in the world?
What you say?
What's been happening? What you been up to?
Oh, I'm just getting these boys right. They got good fights coming out. So
Tell
I'm just
us.
concentrating on them right now.
Give us the rundown. So your son, come on, let's talk about it.
Yeah, my son, I think it's the first time ever two former heavyweight champion sons are fighting each other on April 29th in Las Vegas.
Name?
My son and Tommy Morrison's son, Mackenzie Morrison, they're gonna be facing off in Las Vegas. Both of them undefeated. Somebody
Yeah.
old has to go.
Oh gosh, that's
So this
nerve-wracking.
this a big fight for both of them. And the
Yeah.
winner can go and do some big things in the heavyweight division. The
Somebody,
loser I don't know what the loser going to do. Maybe we'll get Walmart.
don't worry, it won't be the loser won't be you, so you don't go worry.
We got all the smoke.
You got all the smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got. This is very interesting. So it's Ruckman Jr. that's fighting on the
Yeah,
card.
but actually I got another son that's fighting on the card also.
Oh my God.
Sharif. Yeah, so I actually have two sons fighting on the card.
What's the second son that's named that's going to be fighting on the
Sharif
card?
Rahman.
Sharif Rahman, and then we've got Rahman Jr.
Yeah.
Hasim, Rahman Jr. Yeah,
Yeah,
Hasim Rahman.
Junior.
So Sharif and wow, that's amazing, isn't it? And what date is that? Is that in April or is it in
April 29th.
So yeah, the week after next, 2 weeks. And where are they fighting?
They fighting at the Virgin Hotel in Las Vegas. Used to be the Hard Rock.
Ah, yeah, the Hard Rock Virgin Hotel, Vegas. Wow. I wonder if we'll be able to watch it. What net is it going to be? And is it going to be broadcasted?
It's going to be on some type of platform. I'm not sure what it's going to be. I think maybe Fight TV, but I'm not sure.
Fight. Yeah, if it's on Fight, I can watch it on Fight. Yeah, try and find out. Yeah, try and find out because then I can let people know. Yeah, on Fight, and then we just pay like a few pounds to watch it, and it gives it to us. That's how I watch some of the other fights that are not available on all of the networks. So, yes, okie doke. Okay, well, I'm excited. So we are starting in this sport. So you're going to Spence and UGAS tomorrow, right?
Right, correct.
Let's talk about it. As we can see, Spence coming in, good fighting shape. The VADA stuff is leaked that he is enrolled in VADA. I just saw that it's been on Twitter because people was like, well, they're not on VADA, but it looks like they are. I don't know. Somehow they leaked, and you can see that they're into the VADA testing program. I want to ask you this: how was it? How many times?
Keep that volume right there. Keep that volume. So I can hear you. Go ahead.
How many times did you use VADA ever in your career?
It actually wasn't really around when I was fighting.
When it there.
So I've never used it. I wish it was around when I was fighting. I think it came around the latter days, the latter part of my career. But no, I never used it.
Okay. Was there any testing that you used?
Just the commission test. It really this drug testing, like Stringer's drug testing, is really a new thing that actually I actually think Floyd kind of brought this to the forefront. I think his reluctance to fight Manny Pacquiao, because I felt like he knew or he thought that he was on some things, and I think that really brought it to the forefront of boxing, because that fight wouldn't have never been made if without VADA testing.
Yeah, if Manny didn't ever, yeah. say that he was going to do it because otherwise Floyd wasn't going to fight him. But then didn't they get into a lawsuit and Floyd had to retract his statement?
I mean, it's only because you have to be politically correct, and unless you have facts, you really can't say things like people do things that could potentially hurt their career and earning power. So Manny's never tested positive for anything. But I mean, just I guess Floyd's eye test and I guess the world's eye test suggested that, you know, somebody moving up from 106, 112 pounds all the way up to 160 pounds, and as soon as you get there, you're the strongest man in the division. At every division you go to, I mean, I guess he was just, you know, surmising that he had some help.
Yeah, I just always grown up just always assumed that Manny had some help. When I've spoken to like certain people off the record, like they've all stated that.
Yeah, but this world we live in is such a protective custody type world that people can't really be real. You know, you're never gonna get nobody real on your show because you have to guard and arm yourself and defend yourself with everything you say. So nobody can really say what they really want to say. So you're never gonna get 100% from nobody in this society we live in.
I try to keep it a buck at all times, to be fair, but
you can't though. But you can't. But let's just say that you really believe a fighter. This fighter named ABC. Now, if you see a fighter named ABC and he's just out here knocking everybody out, and he just keep jumping weight classes, like let's just say right now, 140 pounder, ABC, he knocking guys out, and I mean in one round, like bona fide iron chin guys, he knocking them out, and he keep going up in weight, up in weight, up in weight, up in weight, up in weight. And you say something like, man, he has to be on steroid. He's on steroid. Now you're getting sued unless you have facts. You can't say this stuff. You just can't say it.
Well,
and you can keep it a buck. Now, one thing about keeping it a buck, it's gonna cost you some bucks.
It's gonna cost you some bucks to keep it a buck.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Do you think that you're quite? I think you're quite straightforward.
I'm as much as I can be without putting myself in the litigation realm. You know, I don't want to be sued by anybody. I'm gonna say what I have to say. I always think there's more than one way to say something. So you can know what I'm saying without me directly, you know, assassinating anyone's character. You know, because unless you have proof, you really got to watch what you say, because this world, you know, everybody want to take you to court. Everybody want to file a lawsuit. Everybody want to be litigious. Everybody want to get you back some type of way.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's just for your opinion. That's just your opinion. But if your opinion could potentially cost them money, then I don't know where they get this free speech from, because your speech can cost you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, but then I was going to go and ask you, hang on, my friend, big up UGC Flame in the buildings in UGC Flame. I was going to ask you, so maybe I shouldn't ask you if your thoughts.
You could ask. I believe you ask whatever you want. I'm gonna know how to answer.
Yeah. Do you think that Manny Pacquiao has had help within his career?
I just find it strange how somebody can beat at these lighter weights by some fighters, and then all of a sudden go up, you know, all these different weight classes and just dominate. Like no trial period, no like you don't build up. You just the strongest guy there. You just get up there and you breaking eye sockets and just hurting people, knocking people out. I mean, like Miguel Cotto, like what he did to Miguel Cotto.
Yeah, the
It's just,
hardest hitter at that time and that
it's
division.
just, it just, it just put question marks there. It just put
Yeah,
question marks.
question marks. Yeah, it's questionable. Like we said, he's never popped dirty. Like officially, we've never seen anything, and
Right. I haven't shot him. I haven't caught him
it's just that
doing
we
things.
assume. Yeah,
But you know,
everyone
it's just
assumes.
questionable to me.
Yeah, it's quite strange. Yeah, do you think it's achievable to do that totally clean? What he's done?
No,
Neither. Yeah, strange. Yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
The reason why I don't is because, like,
You know
you
what it's
start off
like.
your career, and it's not like I would think it would be more achievable for a Floyd Mayweather to have done it than a Manny Pacquiao, because Floyd Mayweather had the amateur pedigree. He had the amateur background. He was winning fights right off the break. He actually came out the Olympics, and 4, 5, 6 fights later, he was calling out guys like Gennaro Hernandez, Oscar
Yeah,
De La Hoya, Arturo Gatti, Angel
got
Manfredi. He was calling these guys out. If you go back and look at older interviews, he was calling these guys out way before he fought them, and people thought he was crazy. People was like, really? You can beat these guys? Yeah, he always felt like he can beat all these guys, and his skill set was such
yeah,
that could kind of back it up.
yeah,
Manny, on the other hand, came out losing. Like, you look at his first 10, 12 fights, early fights, he really got stopped a couple times, I think. So,
yeah,
you know, his skill set wasn't there to all of a sudden go from ordinary to extraordinary. I just think that extraordinary, I just think it's some extra.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I get you. All right. Moving along from Manny. So with Errol Spence now and Ugas, um, we're seeing a lot of criticism with Errol Spence, like very hesitant to talk about getting undisputed and naming Bud. Do you think if he beats Ugas, he will fight Bud?
I think that's the only fight that's out there for both of them. You know, you got some young gunners coming up, and Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz, that I just think that the public gonna demand a good fight. So if you're not fighting Bud, you're gonna have to fight one of these young guns, you know. And I think they should fight each other, and they should both move to 154. I think that's the only fight that makes sense. I think that's the only fight that makes dollars. You know, Earl will have all the other belts, so it's undisputed. I
Yeah,
mean, I think the public gonna demand it. I think nobody's gonna pay them millions and millions of dollars for y'all to do this duck dance. You know, if y'all gonna be ducking around and trying to get away from each other, who's gonna pay for that? Nobody want to see that. So I think that's the only fight out there, and I think some of the hurdles that was in Top Rank stopping them is gone now. I think this fight is for the making. It's ready. I think these both dare to be great. They have to fight each other. They have to. You got people on both sides of the fence thinking that Bud can beat Earl, and then you got people
that's
thinking
me, by the way.
this
I'm
is a
that like
real
that.
fight that really nobody knows the answer to, that they really got to fight. It's no one sided landslide pick. So I think it's good for boxing. I think boxing needs this fight.
Yeah, and for me, I've never seen it as Bud has ever ducked. I've always seen it as Errol Spencer's like been a bit cautious of fighting Bud. I don't know if the fight ever happens, but if the fight does, in my opinion, Bud wins.
Well, we have different opinions.
What do you think? Spence wins. Tell us why.
I mean, well, I just feel like it's an old adage in boxing that I really firmly believe. I always feel like the good big guy going to beat the good little guy. You know, and I feel like Bud is the little guy. You know, Bud was 130. Bud was 135. Bud was 140. Bud 147. Now he always growing to these weights. And you know, but Earl started his career at 147. He fought 152 in the amateurs.
Yeah, no,
And he's just naturally a bigger, stronger guy. And I
but he's
think
not better.
what you say?
But he's not better than Bud. He's good, but he's
Why
not better.
you say he's not better?
Because I could give you the skills of what Errol Spence, great to the body, great jab, not great footwork, bit slow. Other than that, there's nothing amazing other than those things that I've mentioned that Errol Spence does. Good gas engine, given that. That's about it. Stop knocking people out for the last 5 years now. Hasn't
You
knocked down
familiar with
anyone.
basketball?
Huh?
Are you familiar with basketball, American basketball?
Yeah, kind of.
You
Yeah.
know a guy like um Charles Barkley and
Yeah,
Karl Malone,
yeah. I
right?
know Charles Barkley, not Charles
Charles
Malone.
Barkley and Karl Malone, right? You
Yeah.
familiar with those guys, right?
Yeah, with Charles Barkley the most.
Right. So they had a more flashier game. They probably could do more things than Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan was just stick to the basics. They called him big fundamental, right? He was fundamentally sound. He didn't do a whole lot of stuff, but he was a winner. He kept winning championship after championship after championship. Now Bud May can do more things than Earl. That don't mean he's a better fighter.
I think he's a better fighter. I give
Okay,
Errol that.
well when
You
he
know what?
when he
Errol's strong. I give him his mental fortitude, strong, coming off a car crash, coming in the ring 14 months later, no tune-up. Danny Garcia did that. I give him respect for that all day. But I just think Bud's just a different beast. He's fought Sean Porter. I mean, Sean Porter is a natural. Sean Porter fought as like middleweight in the amateurs, like, you know, and he's a naturally big guy. Bud stopped him, like, you know, and it was a different how Errol Spence had a younger Sean Porter, I guess, maybe by a couple of years, but the stoppage of what Bud obtained, it was just different than the Spence fight. I just feel that Bud is always training, he's wrestling. I just think his skill set is just, he's not as great as in the inside, but he works angles, he's tough, he can switch it on, he's a switch hitter. Yeah, I just think he's just got more tools in the arsenal.
I think that Earl did all his things at welterweight, and I think that Bud's biggest wins at welterweight are guys that Earl already softened up.
Yeah, but your reason why, and people have to realize this, is that Bud didn't have always the opportunity to fight certain of the top welters because they were all at PBC, and him being with Bob Arum, obviously that, you know. But he's like lineal champ, like 3 division champ, undisputed 140. Like his accolades just outdo Errol's. Errol,
100%,
yeah,
100%,
yeah. I was just saying, yeah,
100%.
great
I
Olympian.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I got Terrence Crawford on my pound for pound list
me too.
better than Earl Spence.
Yeah, but you just.
I just don't think he's a better welterweight than him.
Yeah, got you.
In terms of boxing and skills and all that kind of stuff, he definitely shows me more. He definitely a better, all around fighter. But you can be number one on the pound for pound list and not be number one in your division.
Yeah, no,
especially if you keep moving up divisions. So I agree with you on all of that. Earl, I mean, Bud is a terrific talent. And on my and he's actually number one on my pound for pound list because
me too.
It's nothing, taking his resume. With Canelo, he got the meat.
He's getting KO'd.
Yeah, I mean, by who? By Usyk? By Tyson Fury? Maybe,
What, you
but
don't think
not by Ugas.
no, Spence. He's saying Spence is getting KO'd. Spence is
And
getting
I said by who? By Usyk or Tyson Fury?
not
Maybe they might KO him,
no, I think they're talking about by Bud would stop him.
huh?
Would you? Because I think they're talking about Bud would stop Spence. Spence is getting KO'd. I think that's
No
what
way.
they're saying.
No way. 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 Ain't no way. Um, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, Terrence Crawford is a tremendous talent. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But I just think, when you keep going up and up and up in weight, you're gonna run into a bigger, better version. I think if they fought at a different weight class, I'm picking Bud.
Yeah.
I'm picking Bud. If they have 135, 140, I'm picking Bud. But now you up in I think Spence can go up a couple more weight divisions.
He could do because he's naturally the big guy. He could be 160.
I think that's gonna be the differentiator in this fight. That's gonna make the biggest difference. I feel like Earl's got him. But I think more people gonna come around. I think he's gonna look spectacular in this fight.
Yeah, what do you think? How he's gonna? Do you think he's gonna dominate Ugas?
Yeah, I think he's gonna dominate.
Yeah, I've edged it to him.
I think he's gonna dominate Ugas, and I think the tide gonna change. I think he's gonna put more pressure on on Bud to fight him. I think Bud put the pressure on Earl because he KO'd Sean Porter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now I think Earl can come right back and put the pressure on Bud because he would be avenging even though albeit an amateur loss, but Ugas beat Bud in the
amateurs. Yeah, he did.
So I can't wait to see it. And I think that Bud really, where else can he gonna go? Where else can he go?
Gotta go up. Gotta go to 54.
Where?
54 after.
Then, but if you go to 54, Earl's coming to 54. So they're gonna do it at 54 when they can do it for history, for legacy, and with all the belts on the line. It's not like Earl gonna stay at 47 for years.
No, he's got 2 fights. He said.
Right. So if he go to 54, Earl be right there waiting for him.
Yeah, but we're hearing about this Keith Thurman's been in the mix now that he might fight Thurman after Ugas. If that happens,
who wants to see that?
Nobody.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that. Now, if he fought Bud and then fought Keith Thurman as a farewell, I think people go for that.
Right. I wouldn't mind that and like that.
Yeah, he might. That might work.
Right.
But nah, nobody wants to see that.
Nah, son. We don't want to see, and he don't really. Spence don't like Thurman because of when he was coming up, how Thurman tried to, act like, run a bit of game on him, like, oh, I'll fight then, go do this. The same thing that basically that he kind of fobbed him off, and I don't think he's
Thurman knew what was up with Earl Spence.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna tell you something about American boxing, right?
Mm-hmm.
When American boxing, these pros, these world champions know about the good amateurs. They know about the Olympians. People knew about Shakur way before he turned pro. Way before he turned pro. The people get on notice. We hear things about what's happening in the gym. Like guys like Shakur, somebody might spar world champions. They get they bones in the gym. People hear about this stuff. This is like a small fraternity. Everybody know what everybody can do. So, they knew about Earl Spence when he turned pro. They knew about him. And then as he started dominating the 147-pound range, that's why Keith Thurman wouldn't fight him. Keep saying, nah, nah, nah. That's why he had to travel all the way over to England to fight a big, rough Kell Brook. You know, and that's when Kell Brook was really still on a big guy. Really, really strong, still making the weight strong. So they knew about Earl. They didn't want to give him a shot. He had to go all the way. He had to come over there. He had to go across the pond to get his belt.
Yeah.
And he's been winning ever since. So and I think now, I believe that he don't believe winning is good enough. He has to look spectacular, and I think he got something to prove in this fight, and I think he will.
Do you not see where UGAS can win at all? Because UGAS has been active, as you saw. UGAS beat the brakes off of Manny Pacquiao. Beat the brakes off him. Beat the brakes.
How old was Manny when he did this?
Furman didn't beat the brakes off him. He was still 40 then. He was 42 now when he just fought. 40 when Furman fought him and Furman lost.
Okay, well, let me just say this, right? Before Ugas beat the brakes off of Manny Pacquiao, he was actually scheduled to fight Errol Spence.
Yeah,
right?
we know. Yeah.
So I truly believe not only what Earl had beat the brakes off him, he'd beat the brakes, the rotors, the engine. He would have stopped him. So Ugas came in and did what he did. Much respect, he beat a legend. He beat a legend. So you can't really. I'm not trying to diminish any of that. I just feel like Earl Spence is on a different level than Manny Pacquiao was at that time.
But I'm just saying, I think people are underestimating Ugas. Earl's been on a long layoff. He's had come off with the eye injury as well. Whereas Ugas has been active, as we've seen. He's kept himself quite active. And you know, why I don't think it's wise just to count out Ugas.
I don't really count out any fighter. I just feel like right now, Earl Spence has got something to prove. I mean, if you read up on what he's doing and how he's preparing for this fight, he's hired a nutritionist for the first time. His weight is not going to be the issue. He's going to come in strong and fierce for this fight. Yeah. And I think like Earl said, he said it best. If Ugas beat me, it's because he's a better fighter. No excuses. Yeah. No excuses. And that right there, that's when you hear somebody say that, you get automatic props from me. So he's saying,
true.
He's saying, look, if he beat me, he's just a better man. No excuse.
Yeah, because I'm doing everything in my power to beat him, and if he beats me, like I've got a nutritionist, I've got this.
But how many times you hear people say that though?
Not many. Not many. No, not many. Not many.
So Earl is dotting the I's, he's crossing the T's, and he wants that belt. This means a lot to him. He wants to fight Terrence Crawford, you know, because people actually think that he can't beat Terrence. So he wants to prove to people wrong. And if you look at it, if I'm looking at the guys, you know, just looking at all Terrence's career, I would pretty much say the same thing because Terrence is an incredible fighter.
Incredible fighter.
But he does it he did his thing at lighter weights. I don't really feel like he dominated anybody at welterweight like Earl does.
I just don't think he had the opportunity to because of the sides of the street. So I don't think it's quite fair to say because we haven't seen him do it doesn't mean he wasn't capable of. I mean,
I never said he wasn't capable.
Yeah.
I said I haven't saw it.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah, because of the politics. You know why we haven't.
Whatever the reason, I haven't saw it. So I got to base I base my decisions on what I see. Not what might be or because this promoter or that promoter. I mean, I'm telling you what I see and why I make my decision. Like, okay, whatever the reason is, it is. But I'm going by my sample size. Now, if it's in a vacuum because of the promoters, okay, maybe Terrence might come out and smoke everybody, and he really is that. What he showed in all his previous performances, maybe he really is that. And I'll come right on your show and say I was wrong. You was right. But if he can't beat him and they fight, you need to have me on here and say,
yeah, no, I'm saying I was wrong and you was right.
Yeah, you need to do the same thing.
Yeah, all day long. Yeah, all day long. I would definitely be like, wow, props to Errol Spence. He's the best welterweight in like at this present time.
I'm gonna go a little further.
You're gonna say best welterweight.
I'm gonna tell you that Errol Spence not only is the best welterweight, he's the best 154 pounder right now. Like he's gonna clean up the 154 pound division.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, until like, because Bud's naturally the smaller guy. I get why you'd say that, because if I put Errol Spence with Jamel, Errol Spence wins. Errol Spence beats Castano. Errol Spence beats. He could clean up 54. I'd be safe to say that he's the best. He'd be the best 154 pounder until Bud gets there.
Well, listen. I hear you. I understand. Stick to your guns. You know, until your guns are proven faulty, stick to them.
Yeah. Until they stop.
Yeah, to your firepower turning the water guns, and stick to it.
Yeah, I might have to turn from the double barrel shotty to a super soaker. You never know. Yeah, life. That's what happens sometimes. I'll be the first one to say. So how can you give a prediction on what this fight, you know, the outcome of UGAS and Spence, so you can have a.
I'm actually go out on a limb, because I don't want to come in here and play it safe. I don't never want to play it safe on your site. I think 10th or 11th round KO for Errol Spence.
11th round stoppage KO. Yeah, I'd love, mate, to see UGAS get like that. Would be, because UGAS, to my knowledge, he's never been dropped or stopped, has he? Obviously, he's got losses. He's got like 4, but he's never been stopped, has he?
No, I don't believe he has.
No, he's been robbed a lot though.
But Errol Spence, it's Errol Spence with something to prove.
Yeah, he has to. He has to show in devastating fashion.
Yeah, he can't win a split decision, majority decision. No. He can't do that. You know, Terrence would be licking his chops if he squeaked by UGAS.
Yeah, it wouldn't if it wasn't unimpressive. And that's the thing. I think maybe all of the losses that UGAS has had, he's lost in only split decisions.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't really consider him. I don't consider those losses that he has like that. I think he's been jobbed in a couple of his fights. So
me too.
I don't think that they're legitimate.
Yeah, he got robbed. He's been robbed, but like right. I mean, but just as a fact that all of his losses that are on record are all by split decision, all 4 of them, I think.
I'll tell you something, man. I mean, so if he get another one of those, that's not going to look good for
no, it won't. Yeah.
But if Spence dominates him and stops him, now we can get right into Earl and Bud.
Right, and just get to and just get to the meat and potatoes. Okay, I can't wait. I can't wait till Saturday for that. I'll be up at 5 a.m. You know.
Yeah, I might hit you after the fight.
Yeah, hit me after.
Yeah,
definitely.
Only if it go my way.
It's gonna. I've predicted Spence win, so
I know I'm predicting the stoppage.
Yeah, so if it should go on, I think it should. Yeah, I think Oh, you're predicting a stoppage. Is there a difference? I don't know if I'm predicting a stop. I would like Spence to stop him, but maybe I'm just being a bit safe by saying I predict that Spence wins on points. I might have to run with you and be like Spence on a stoppage. I might have to, It has to be, man. It has to be. UGAS
I,
getting stopped. I've never seen it though, Rock. That's the thing. It's just because I haven't seen it. I'm trying to imagine it in my mind. UGAS getting stopped. Yeah, mate. I'll go with you. I'll 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 go
he,
with you maybe on that.
Spence got to do it. He's got to
Yeah,
stop him.
yeah. He's got to. He has to. Yeah, you're
And I
right.
think that he understands where he is and what he has to do. And I think he's gonna
Yeah,
put on a tremendous performance. And I think if he had to fight, some of the guys he fought over again, I think he would stop them all.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know if he's coming in tip top condition of like he said, he was only fighting a bit half hearted those days and that. So maybe if he comes in at tip top condition and he could rewind the clocks back, maybe he would stop everybody because his body punches are just they're wicked. They're
One
awful.
thing about Bud, he's in supreme condition every time.
Always,
Every time. So
always.
and
Yeah,
the difference in I think sometimes with Earl, sometimes the weight has been difficult for him to get off, and he wasn't doing it always the proper way. And I think it showed in a couple of his fights. Not that nobody was ever robbed,
yeah,
but he had some closer fights than they should have been. So
because he's doing
I
fat
think
camp.
that he's got it under control now, and he's
Yeah.
ready to show the world why he's the top dog.
Yeah, because he's got a nutritionist as well, and all that. He's taking it very serious. Like he said, I've been watching the All Access stuff, so I've been enjoying the All. I like the All Access stuff. You get to learn a lot more about the fighters' personalities and stuff and that. Oh, it's boring though. His personality is boring, but hey, not everybody can be bubbly. He is
Right.
boring.
But I still think it adds intrigue to the fight.
Yeah, no, it does because it's like it's like being two people. So out the ring, he's kind of like really reserved, and then he gets in the ring and just becomes this dominating killer. That's quite intriguing to see for sure. Yeah, quite intriguing to see. Are you all right there? You look like you're having. You got your little. Is that your little man? With
What
you?
happened?
Is that your little man with you? You all right over there, Rock?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm just right.
You look like you're running through that. You look like you're running away. Like someone joins you in the room. Like I'm out. Then they come to the next room. Like, I'm out.
Nah. They walking in. But I mean, go ahead.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
walking in. I ain't wanting to get into the screen.
Yeah. Okay. Got you. Now also, what do you think about what was the fight we just saw? So Lubin and Fundora, and we want to talk about Triple G and Murata. So which one are you going to talk about first? Lubin and Fundora.
Fundora. I just thought I like Lubin. I used to watch him as an amateur. He used to be in all the amateur tournaments with my middle son.
Yeah.
So I watched him. He was actually a really, really, really good amateur. I think they rushed him with the fight with Charlo. I think he probably took that about a year too quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think he was on the comeback trail. He was doing really, really good. I just think Fundora was the absolute worst style for him. I think that guy was just too long. His torque was just too good for Lubin. I thought it was a bad matchup from the onset. I actually knew that Fundora would get him.
Oh
And
no!
I like Lubin.
Yeah, I predicted Lubin because I thought the littler guy would be able to be more under the shots and bat and head out. But I didn't realize that Fundora is a big guy, 6'6". He fights in the inside.
But he's effective in the inside.
Yeah, but I'm not used to seeing like rangy guys in the inside. So I thought Lubin would just, get in the inside, let off some shots and leave out. But he was in the pocket. They was in the pocket trading. I wasn't ready for that. I didn't know any of
I
that.
actually knew it was a bad fight.
Mm.
It was a bad style. Styles make fights, and you know, guys don't really prepare for one punch. For one punch, like the uppercut is the most least prepared punch that we prepare for. And
Yeah.
that's what he
Why is
throws the
that?
most. He just throws them
You just
uppercuts,
kept
uppercuts,
getting them.
uppercuts, uppercuts, uppercuts.
Yeah,
And
he
that's
ate
what
them
hurt
up.
him. That's what put him down first.
But then he put down Fondora in like round 8, 9 or something.
Yeah, he
No,
put
8.
him down also. He
In
showed
the 8.
tremendous grit. He showed tremendous heart. He
Yeah.
showed everything you really want to see in a fighter. I just think that was a bad stylistic matchup for him. I mean, this guy should be. I mean, he could actually compete at heavyweight with his size.
Yeah, but he said he naturally walks around at 160. Or he and it like that's it. That's his weight. He's just one of those odd, tall, skinny guys. He walks around only like 5-6 pounds more than his fight weight.
It was just a bad matchup. I would if Lubin was my fighter, we never taking that fight.
Ever, ever.
We never taking that fight. It's just some
Why?
guys. It's just some guys that you just don't put your fighter in. Like to me, that's like putting Floyd Mayweather in with Paul Williams. I just would never did that,
Mhm.
and Floyd didn't never do that.
Yeah, that was
It's
one.
just some guys or Paul Spadafore. Some guys just bad matchups for you. And that's why you need a brain trust to guide your career.
Yeah,
Because fighters just want to fight. Okay, all right, I fight. But you need people to carefully manage you and move you in the right direction and really, stay out of the way of bad stylistic matchups because even if you beat the guy, that you could do yourself more harm than good. Oh, well, he don't look that good. Oh, well, he's not. People so picky, they want people to be so perfect that it's just hard. It's hard. It's hard to really build a career, and then you got guys that's on the top of the mantle that already set the stage for you. So now everybody want to be undefeated. So now if you're not undefeated, you're not a good fighter.
but is it bad to get L's? Like, so what? You lost. I tried this and I lost. So what? Or am I
You know
just
what?
not seeing
I'm
it the
gonna tell
right?
you this. I don't know if I told you this before.
Did you mute? Take it. Put yourself back on. I don't know what you did. I think you muted it. I can't hear you. Did someone try to ring you? Because sometimes if someone tries to ring you, yeah, so you got to jump out and come back in because they cut off the connection. You've got to leave and come back. When someone tries to ring you, yeah, that's why. It won't. You got to leave and come back. It won't connect back. You got to leave out and come back. Yeah, that's what happens on the phones. Yeah, I remember that. When you're using the phone and someone tries to ring, sometimes it cuts off your connection, and then yeah, it cuts off when someone tries to ring. When it will cut off your mic.
Yeah, two people try to ring me.
Trying to ring you. Rock's popular in these streets, but yeah. So we were just saying, is it not? Is it a bad thing to sometimes lose, like in your
Well,
fight?
well,
You need
I'm
to
gonna
fight.
just tell you my theory on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that any boxer, I never look at them as taking a loss. I never look at it as a loss, no matter what the outcome is. I always put it on if I'm on a grading scale, no matter what the outcome is, the worst you can get is 70% to me, no matter what happens, because you got all the people who want to say you lost. None of them would do what you did. None of them. But they won't call you a loser. I think the heart and determination it takes just to climb through them ropes is so much. You'll win it just by climbing through them ropes, to me. So any L that I feel like somebody, what people call a loss, I call a lesson, right?
Yeah.
I don't really consider a boxer, no matter what happens, I don't feel like they lost, you know. So with this notion that when you get a L, your career is over, or you're not this, or you're not that. I mean,
That's stupid.
would it be a Sugar Ray Robinson, or
Or
if
Muhammad
if
Ali, but he did lose.
yeah, I mean, you know, these guys really set the table for all of us that came behind them, and it was never okay. Well, I have to be perfect, you know,
Yeah, it
and
was
I'm not
different. This is
fighting
some new age
everybody
shit.
because you know, my O means more to me than giving the fans the greatest fight. Like I want to fight anybody, like any and everybody, but the way it's so political now, and it's
You
so
have to protect their own, kind of.
so
Yeah.
driven by, or you have to be undefeated. So
Or have only like maybe one loss and that's okay. But
I mean,
any
you
more,
got guys like I really feel like, wouldn't you love to see? Wouldn't you have loved to see Better Biev and Andre Ward?
yeah, but Toby Evan Ward, yeah,
Come
I'd love
on
to.
now, like, but now we
Toby Evan,
got this new thing. Like, okay, let's get out. Let's keep this on tag. Let's get out of here.
but
You
that's
know,
from Floyd. That's because everyone wants to follow the Floyd Mayweather thing.
that's what
Everyone
I'm.
thinks they're Floyd
That's my
Mayweather.
point. That's my
Yeah,
point. So just because you're undefeated don't mean you're the best fighter.
true. I know this. This is facts. That's facts. I haven't heard anyone say that out loud. That's facts. Tyson Fury.
And
You
just
know
because
that.
I mean, just because now you could be undefeated and be the best
And
fighter.
still be the best you could be,
Yeah,
but it's not definite.
that's just not automatic.
Yeah, it's not. Or it's that's a fact. I haven't heard anyone say that out loud, so I'm glad that you said that because that is absolutely a fact. You could be the best, and you've been undefeated. You could be. We'd have to see your resume though. Your resume would have to let us know that though,
Right.
right? To a
Correct.
degree. Yeah. So therefore, okay. So moving along, we got a couple more topics. We got Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, mate, with Emmanuel to go. I thought Emmanuel had to go, but he stayed.
I mean, well, he was really Emmanuel not going anywhere. But I mean, once again, it comes down to styles. Styles make fights. If I'm in charge of Ryan Garcia's career, I'm gonna get somebody who will stand in front of him and maybe trade with him. Like I know my guy's a huge puncher, got good speed. Maybe I get a slow guy that maybe he never been knocked out, but he's gonna be there and give us every chance that we deserve to knock him out. If we can just, I just need my guy to have a chance. So I'm gonna put him in there with a guy who's gonna be in front of him.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put him in there with a guy that's, like a survivor. When you put guys in with survivors, you actually do more harm than good. You got the win, but did he really get the win?
He said, you can't put it in with a survivor. Yeah, because you're right. I did a live on it. I said, Ryan Garcia, win or fail. Like, but was it really a win? Like, they picked the wrong person because I was like, Togo's going in 4 to 6 rounds. I checked out what I could find with Togo. He's defensively irresponsible. He doesn't keep back his lead hand back to his chin. I was like, Ryan's just going to counter and left hook, and Togo's going to be gone. I couldn't believe it. I don't think they didn't realize that he was going to be, because he's only lost once, and that was on his pro debut. And he's like never lost ever since. Dude weren't coming to lose. They thought they would just knock him out. They was like, Joe Gooseman was saying, we'll not get him out in 2 rounds.
That's lazy matchmaking. I mean, you got a guy, in Ryan's defense, he been through everything. Mental health issues, long layoff, new trainer. I mean, you can pretty much give him a pass if he put somebody in there just for him to steamroll. You know, get his feet back on him, get him back in accustomed to fighting. I mean, I just think that was an epic failure once again on the matchmaking. I mean, Ryan, to his credit, did try. He did try to get him out of there.
He did. He tried.
But it was bad matchmaking. I mean, those are the type guys that I'm gonna have my fighters fight if my fighter is the champion and he's the mandatory, and we have to fight him. Other than that, why?
Why? But that's what I'm saying. I don't think they realise that he is. It might have been a little cherry pick gone wrong. I don't think they realised that he's going to be that durable. That he was going to be a survivor. He's not going to. He's not going to stop. He was.
Well. How about this? How about this? How about you finding somebody that you know? How about you get somebody that's proven that you know how to fight go in? That was a alley-oop from Shaq to Kobe for them to slam dunk, right? And they dropped the ball. They missed the oop. You know, you find somebody that you know he's gonna look spectacular. No what ifs. No what ifs.
Yeah.
No maybe. Get somebody that you know. And
so this bad
and then Ryan go on there. He looked like a superstar. He knock him out. Now people can say whatever they want, but they can't argue with the outcome. They can't argue with a devastating knockout.
Yeah.
So now they say, okay, well next, because no matter what he would have did with the guy, people still gonna have something to say because he was a nobody to most people. So you're gonna hear things either way. So now you hear things about the guy, and now you hear things about your performance also. Like wow, like it's like they got all the smoke.
But we could say that Ryan did everything to get him out of there, but in the end, it turned robotic. It was predictable. His punches became telegraphed. Like he would get to go on the ropes, and we knew after about 3 rounds of this that to go just basically figured out how to slip out on his right. You know, Ryan would swoop with a right. To go would leave, like kind of pivot out and leave and spin out. So all Ryan had to do was like, all right, I'm going to check left hook him then. So when he tries to spin out to the right, that's my left. I'm just going to... Ryan couldn't figure that out. The guy kept doing the same thing. And in the end started to back on Ryan and give him some volume punches, and it was bad in the end.
But that's not all. That's not totally on Ryan though. Ryan got a corner who he's paying handsomely to help figure this stuff out. Like, okay, do this and do that. You know, attack him from this direction. You know, he's moving to the left. He's moving to the right. You attack him from that way. Cut that way all up. Don't let him go right. Don't let him go left. I mean, lead with this punch. Lead with that punch. It's always strategies to fight anybody. Everybody got a blueprint, you know. So, and your brain trust in your corner supposed to help you look the best that you could possibly look, so you can make more money in your next fight.
Right.
As opposed to taking a sideways step. That was a sideways step to me, for if not a backward step.
I thought it was regression, and you having like arguably like a sick killer jab. Your jab was just mad, right? We didn't see Ryan had no jab. It went. Where did it go? It disappeared. There was no
You know
jab.
why he ain't have a jab? You know why he ain't have a jab?
Mm-hmm.
Because the people told him this was going to be a fight. He was going to knock this guy out. So he just came out throwing. He going to hit his lethal left hook. And when he hit him with his left hook, it was going to be over. So the preparation was all wrong for this guy. You know, I mean, when you think you're in there, like when you coming up, when you turn pro, pretty much they say you fighting ducks, right? You fighting ducks until, so he thought he had a duck, right? But that duck knew how to swim. You know, that duck wasn't just sitting there just like, okay, hit me. So they thought Ryan was just going to be too powerful for him. So Ryan thought he was going to just walk through him. Easy day, easy work. And he was exposed.
He was. I can't put him. And that's why, like I said, like segue into why he said he can't call out Tank and and Haney because it wouldn't be fair. Yeah, because you're at the bottom now of those.
Well,
lads.
how about this?
You're
How
at the
about
bottom.
this, right? Like, all you got to do is look at the body of work, right? You beat Luke Campbell for an interim belt, right? That means you fight Devin Haney for his world title next. And you refuse?
He refused. He did that twice. He did 2 title eliminators. And
I'm saying, like, who turns down world title opportunities?
He did that with Jojo Diaz, and then that's why Haney had to fight Diaz instead. Yeah, that's what he does. So it just shows he's not elite. He's not. He's not.
So why is anybody surprised at the outcome of their fight?
Because we didn't know that, and now that's like that was.
We did know that. We did know that.
I mean, that was the grand exposure.
No, we knew that by him turning down a world title opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. In that regard, yeah, we did. But
we just not paying attention because we get enamored with this popularity contest stuff, and people are popular, and they get the viewers, so therefore they get a pass to do what they want to do.
Right.
And which is it's really not fair, but it is what it is.
Right. I started to see that myself when he turned, and I was on there on record saying I'm not putting Ryan. I don't even count him in with the other four. He's out for me now. Definitely he's out. But it's a nice segue into the Tank and Floyd situation, because obviously we all, we want to see Tank fight like the greatest fights, and I myself don't think that he's getting the greatest opportunities. Floyd's putting him into position for certain positions, but I also think that Floyd has took away a lot of the limelight from Floyd's one of my favorite fighters of all time. By the way, I'm a Floyd Mayweather fangirl, like through and through. That's
so am I.
Yeah. I am, right.
You can't argue with the. I mean, the facts are the facts.
Yeah,
and the body of work is the body of work. So
yeah,
anybody who really don't appreciate what they saw is really not a boxing fan in my eyes.
There's so many people that tell me Floyd darked. He did like Floyd. If there was a couple of people that Floyd didn't fight, okay, there was a couple of people, but he fought near enough everybody that was available.
He fought a couple dozen world champions in a row.
I know.
Maybe I think 25, 26 world champions in a row. Like, you can't argue with that. I mean, that more than half his fights was world title fights.
Yeah, I know.
Against world champions. So
you get people
you can't really you can nitpick. You can nitpick in terms of the greatest ever, but you can't nitpick about the man had a stellar career. You can't nitpick about that. You cannot.
I'm with you on that. I don't see how people nitpick, but they do. I get that his personality.
But that's what people do. That's human nature. That's human nature.
But give some credit. I wouldn't pick at the fact that his personality out of the ring can be less than desired for. Some of the things that he moves like, it can rub people up the wrong way. I get it. But that's not to be confused with what he done in the ring. It was stellar, like you said. It was stellar.
No matter, listen. My dad told me a story when I was a little boy, and I never forgot it.
What was it?
He told me that it's this man and this little mule walking up the street, and it's hot in the desert. They walk in the desert. And so people, like a study group looking at him, focus group looking at him. So they say, man, what is wrong with that boy? Why is he walking alongside the mule? Why wouldn't he ride on the mule? Wouldn't it make more sense? Right? So now the same two, the mule and the little boy. They now the boy is carrying the mule. Now that man, he's an idiot. Look at him. Why is he carrying the mule? He gonna kill himself. He gonna die from exhaustion. They gonna fall on him. Now He riding on the mill. Oh my God. Why is he doing that to that mill? Man, it's so hot. Why can't he just walk alongside? So no matter what you do, somebody gonna find some fault in it.
Right.
And
Good
when
story.
you know that's his life, then you just go ahead and be like, okay, that's just what people say. People always gonna have something to say. So
True.
what?
Yeah, that's
So
true.
what?
That's a good story, by the way.
I'm just saying, there's people always got something to say, no matter what. And when you know that, then you expect that. When you expect nothing less, then it's easy to deal with. And you take your feelings out of it because they don't really know you. They don't know. We ain't know the little boy. We ain't know the mill. We don't know nothing what goes on in people's life. We just speaking on what we see. We don't know nothing.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know the little boy. We didn't know the mule. It's true, and
Right.
that's. But do you think that it's because we're seeing some, bickering happening with Tank, stating that Floyd came out with a press statement, with a press conference on the same day as Tank start, and everyone's saying I did a report like he could have just did it another day, but he did explain that that was the only day that the people said that he could do. But do you think that Tank, because this is the last fight on his contract with Rowley, do you think Tank goes elsewhere? Do you think Tank goes where? Do you think Tank should go elsewhere?
Well, I think people blowing this way out of proportion because Tank's not leaving Al Heyman. So, I mean, he's just leaving Floyd.
Yeah, you think he'll leave Floyd and stay PBC?
But he's not leaving Al Heyman. So,
yeah,
like Eddie Hearn don't have a chance. Top Rank don't have a chance.
Eddie Hearn said he would bid viciously for Tank.
He said what?
He said he is prepared to bid aggressively for Tank. Eddie Hearn.
But he won't. Al Heyman got that on lock.
Yeah, I think so as well.
He's not leaving Al Heyman. So, and let me defend Floyd here for a second, right?
Yeah.
I think, Floyd. Well, Floyd said that it was the last day. It was, he got paid $1 million cash.
That ain't a lot.
This is what Floyd said. He got paid $1 million cash to do it that day. Announce it that day. It was the one day Anderson Silva was the one day only type thing. And the only reason why I would believe it is because Floyd would be costing himself money by sabotaging Tank.
His own thing.
Why would he sabotage Tank? This is his last fight with him. Why wouldn't he try to make as much as he can?
That's what I said in my report.
I said why would he do that? Why would he try to overshadow his own fighters? Now, his own fighters fight, which is essentially his fight. There's money for him.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And they go to pay-per-view, so why wouldn't he want more and more and more and more people? I don't really see the intentional sabotage there.
Yeah. I threw that in the mix and was like, because it doesn't make sense, especially if you know that this is the last, it's hurting your pockets, and especially this is your fighter's last fight on the contract. Maybe if you really still want to have him, you still put your best foot forward. But I just wanted to see your point on that and take on that.
One thing about Floyd, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
It don't make sense.
So he wants to make dollars, so he wants to make it make sense.
Yeah. And what do you think with this Tank and Rowley? Do you think that Tank? I just think Tank KOs Rowley. Rowley, he has to go to sleep.
He gonna roll him out.
Yeah.
He gonna make him roll. He gonna make him get his roll on. I just think it's just it's levels to boxing. It's levels, and I think Rowley he a naturally bigger guy.
Massive.
But I think Tank's the harder puncher, the quicker, the better boxer, the more skillful combatant in that ring that night. And I think it's going to end early for Rowley.
It is. Rowley's going night-night. We've all said it. Well, I've said it. Rowley's going to sleep. I can't wait. When's that fight? This week? Is that this
May
weekend?
28th.
Oh, next month. Oh, they're doing all their bits and pieces. Okay, okay. I was just wondering, did they not start that early? That little rollout of them doing face off and
They got to
all of
build it up.
yeah, I get. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. And
They will have all access on that too.
have they made an all access on that yet? Have I watched that?
It's a pay-per-view fight. They absolutely
They will do.
all
Yeah,
access is a must.
must. Yeah, I can't wait to watch that, and I'll have a look at that because you know see more about Tank, more about Rowley. And then on to also about Triple G and what's his name? Murata. I think Triple G gets stopped by Canelo when he goes now. You know.
Yeah, Triple G. He can. He looked like we can just call him Double G from now on because he lost the G. I mean, like he lost a step. He lost the G. So you know, I definitely think Canelo gonna punish Double G. It's the writing on the wall. In fact, I don't even really think he should fight him.
Me either.
I don't really see where Double G put himself in the position to earn that fight. You know, that's just a payday and an easy win for Canelo. But I actually think it's gonna make Canelo look bad because I think he's just gonna beat up on an older guy who passed his prime now, and he just don't look the same.
Yeah, me too. I
don't give people the same points and beating the older version of a guy than I do as them beating him in their prime.
Yeah, kind of. I get what you mean. Yeah, you have to, and especially that you beat him twice before. Well, one was a draw, and then you beat him the second time. Like we've been there, we've seen that already. It's not going to look that impressive. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Okay, we move swiftly over to him anyway. But Canelo fighting Bivol. How do you see that panning out? Because Bivol
that's a tough
guy.
Yeah, I think that's a real fight. I think a real fight. I think I think you might get shades of Triple G and Canelo 1 in that fight.
In that fight, yeah.
I think that fight gonna be like a Triple G Canelo 1 where the fight is up for grabs or debatable, or you know, like Bivol might be even up and they might make it a draw. So they might have to fight again.
Yeah, maybe there may be a rematch. But do you just think that's gonna come out as a draw, or don't you think? Because Bivol saying he's going for the knockout, so you know.
I don't see
Canelo's never been stopped, never knocked out, never dropped. So
yeah, I don't see a knockout, and I think that Bivol has, you know, I think people underestimate his boxing skills. I mean, nobody's going to just trade with Canelo. Nobody's just going to trade with him. So I think Bivol's going to make it very, very difficult for Canelo.
I think so.
And similar guys, smaller guys who've made it difficult for him, you know, but eventually he may catch up with him. But you catching up with this guy, he's a 175 pounder, you know, so I think he'll be able to absorb Canelo's pressure a lot better than smaller guys did. And I just think it's going to be an interesting night.
Me too. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to absolutely see that. That's the only fight that I'm intrigued out of the two fight deal that he signed with Eddie, to be honest. And then we've got Fury and White. What do you think about that? That is next. Fury and White, as we saw, Dillian White never said anything for this whole way through. We saw that it was unjust. He only got 20% as a WBC interim title holder. He's due at least a minimum of 30% up until 45%. You know, they cussed him out. Frank Warren called him every name under the sun. Tyson Fury called, and they wanted him to do promo. So he was like, "No, I'll only do what I can do on what's on the contract."
I actually give White a chance.
Yeah, me too.
I give him a chance in this fight. I think I actually give him a chance. I mean, obviously I got Fury as the favorite.
As a favorite, yeah.
I'm picking Fury to win, but
why are you
upset
picking Fury to win?
Wouldn't be that shocking to me.
Yeah, but why are you picking Fury to win?
I'm
What
picking
does
I'm
Fury
picking him
do
because I
outstanding?
think that the
I
wars that he had with Deontay, I think that you can't go into fights and have those type of wars and come out unscathed, right? So I think that those fights definitely took something out of Tyson, and he's fighting a totally different style, and White can punch too. So
oh yeah,
I just
the
think
left hook.
he's fighting a different guy than the guy that beat up on Deontay Wilder. I think
Yeah,
he's lost a step. I
I
think
think
I think both of those guys, Deontay and Wilder, lost a lot in those wars.
Fury and Wilder. You said
Fury,
Deontay and
yeah,
Wilder.
Fury and
Two of them. Yeah,
Wilder, they lost a lot, and I think it's perfect timing for White.
right. I but where do you see what are Fury's strong points and why he could beat White though?
Do I think what?
What are the Fury strong points on why he beats White and how you can see him beating White? What's the strong points that Fury
Well,
has?
I mean, his height and reach, and he can box,
Hmm.
so he can outbox him. But then there's Fury who goes in and tries to slug and knock him out. If he goes in and tries to knock him out, I think he's susceptible to getting knocked out himself. But
Yeah.
if he plays it safe and box, which he's not going to endear himself to the 100 million fans that's going to be in attendance, then I think that's going to provoke Fury to try to look impressive. And I think when he go in there trying to look impressive and trying to knock him out, he might be susceptible to get knocked out.
And yeah, I see maybe I definitely see Fury hitting the canvas in this fight. But the only thing is Fury just gets up. He's got
Yeah, you keep.
amazing
How many
recovery.
times can you just keep getting up though? Like you talking
Right,
about a guy, all that fortitude that he had, some of that is gone. Every time that he fought Deontay Wilder, he's taking something, and it's going to show. Eventually, it's going to show. The residue from those fights are going to
yeah.
show up. They're going to show up. You cannot have fights like that and come out unscathed.
I believe that, yeah. And you're a boxer, so you would know. That's what I'm saying. Like, to take it
It's
from.
impossible. So whether it's this fight or the next fight, and every retirement talk, when he was talking every retirement talk, I thought he was spot on from that. Like you just fought three hellacious fights with one of the most devastating punches in the division today, and you was really you took your pound of flesh. I mean, he gave and he got.
Right, right,
Even though he came out victorious, he still got a lot. He got something taken out of him too.
right. So, what's your official prediction? Would you
I
say
mean,
on
I
that?
think Fury gonna win by decision because
Oh, you think okay. Hmm.
I feel like he's gonna feel the power and I think he's gonna make it an ugly fight because I don't think he can go in there and steamroll him. I think he might try. I think he might get put down. And I think he might just try to box his way to a comfortable 12-round decision. But at the same time, if when White put him down, maybe White is big enough to really, keep him off him in ways that Wilder couldn't.
Yeah,
Because White a
that
big guy himself.
massive. He's big. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's 6'4", 260. He's a big guy. 250, maybe about
So the
no,
difference in Tyson
250.
Fury
Even
leaning
about
on
the
him and
250.
leaning on Wilder was Wilder's really a thinly built guy, and
Tiny. Yeah, he's
and
just
it
tall, but
and
he's
it
tall.
just took so much out of him.
Yeah, Wilder's a very light heavyweight. He's
Right.
in the lighter sides of the heavyweight. Yeah, yeah, very light. And then also lastly, why didn't you ever? I don't know. Someone asked me this, and I thought back. Why didn't you ever fight? Or was it not in the same time for it? It was Mike Tyson. You.
Why did I never fight Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was talked about a few times.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
That would have been a fucking good fight.
I mean, I know guys always say I'll fight anybody. I'll do this. I really would have. I really did. But
Would you have fought Mike?
I will fight anybody. I will fight Mike tomorrow to this day. What you talking about?
I know.
Like I'm not. I still will fight anybody. It don't matter to me.
Yeah.
Like I would and I always would until the day I die. I'll fight anybody.
Yeah. I know, because you that guy. How would you have thought that a fight would have panned out? Because I
How?
would have been. Yeah.
I think that
Depending what times of your. All right, if we had prime Mike, prime Rahman.
I mean, I just feel like, for me, I looked at Evander Holyfield, right? And I looked at how he fought Mike. First of all, you can't be afraid of Mike. You got to go in there, and it's almost like you got bully to bully. You got to really have a hard jab and keep him on the end of your jab. And then if he ever get past, you got to let that right hand go.
Yeah.
Push him around, rough him up. Let him know, like, look, this me. This ain't the Mike Tyson show. So, I mean, I think Lennox did it. I think Holyfield did it. They're great fighters, but they weren't afraid of him.
But I think, wasn't it more of by that time when Holyfield fought Mike, it was talked about for so many years. Then Mike went to jail, and then you didn't get a really good Mike. And then when Lennox Lewis had Mike, it wasn't really the best.
Okay,
Mike.
but you can say the same thing about Holyfield. He just went the distance with Bobby Chaz before he knocked Mike Tyson out, and Mike picked Holyfield.
Yeah.
So you can say the same thing about Holyfield.
Yeah, he called out Holyfield, but I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that Holyfield aged him out, but I'm just saying that it wasn't prime for prime, kind of. That's all.
Okay, well,
it would have been nice. Obviously, you can't help it. Who's way
it's just your opinion versus whoever's opinion with that.
Yeah, it's just that they're
but
older,
the fact remains. The fact of the matter is, they did fight.
Yeah,
and Mike Tyson was the favorite going into the fight.
He was.
Did you know that?
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, he was.
Mike Tyson was the favorite. Holyfield was handpicked by Mike.
Yeah, he was, because I remember I was a kid, but
I was actually in training camp with Evander.
Yeah.
Tommy Brooks was my trainer. Tommy Brooks and Don Turner was my trainer. We were in Houston, and I mean, I saw everything go down. Get ready. I wound up fighting in Vegas the day before they fought. So, I mean, I watched the preparation. I watched everything go down. And Holyfield pulled off the others, knocked him out.
Yeah. And but then the Buster Douglas rubbish as well. Like, from then it was just, all right, he did avenge it in the end, didn't he? He did avenge it in the end, but Buster straight away of his title defense, but Buster Douglas lost. And then Mike came back and he I think he was undisputed. Was he undisputed? Is Mike 2-time undisputed?
No.
1-time undisputed.
1 time.
Are you sure, Rob? Oh, I thought he was 2-time.
Am I sure?
I know, but why did I think he's 2-time?
You asked me, was I sure?
Yeah.
You didn't ask me that.
Because why did I think that he lost all the belts?
You didn't ask me, was I sure?
No, because I thought he got the belts, then lost them, and then got them back again.
You thought what?
I thought he became undisputed, by the time he was like 21 or 22.
Yeah, he was undisputed 1 time.
And then he lost them. And then I thought after the whole prison, he came back, and I thought maybe he just regained the heavyweight title. I thought he was undisputed again.
I think he got 2 belts. I think he got Bruce Sheldon and Frank Bruno.
Yeah.
So he got a unified title.
Yeah, I was really young then. I just thought he was, thingy. I just thought, okay, he's undisputed twice. Okay, yeah, he's just got that Frank Bruno fight was devastating. Yeah, that would have been a good fight to see you on. So with Mike Tyson, we couldn't make the Holyfield fight. I tried. I reached out to people. Like people wasn't getting back to me.
And once he looked so bad in that fight with Victor Belfort, I said he messed up the bag.
Yeah, he did mess up the bag.
He messed the bag up because like
said it
I
wrong.
would have loved for me and my son to fight him and his son.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't even do it now though.
Yeah, because it would look too unfair.
I wouldn't do it now. I would look like a bully.
You'd look like a bully.
So I wouldn't do it now. But before he showed where he was, then I think it would have been a
great fight,
an excellent fight.
Yeah, but now I said that to my audience. I said, nah. After that, Rock would look like the guy beating up the old guy. Would look unfair. Rock would probably kill him in the end. So it'd probably not be the best thing. But I was watching the fight again. I was showing my friend of the headbutt and stuff.
Yeah.
Like 2 weekends ago, I'm telling her, it's like, damn. He's like, damn. I was like, yeah, that's
what was pregnant. My head was pregnant.
Yeah, your head was pregnant, and that's what he'd be doing, and that's why Mike bit his ear, because he'd be headbutting everyone. Everyone getting pissed off.
And even Riddick Bowe will tell you, he got headbutts from Evander. He said, Riddick tell him, look, every day I look in the mirror, I see you, because you see the scar that Evander gave him from headbutting him. So I mean, all this stuff just don't happen by happenstance. It's part of your strategy. And I always tell people Evander's an extremely smart fighter. He uses his head very well.
Uses his head very well. You did say that the first time when you came on my thing. Would there be any, just to lastly wrap it up, would there be any exhibition fight that you would ever like to have with anybody other than
it's actually, I'm gonna wait till the next time to tell you about this on your show, but I'm gonna wait for it to be announced. But
okay,
it's something huge going on with me, Roy Jones, Tarver, Michael Moore, Mike Tyson, Lennox. So I'm as soon as I can tell you about it, I'm gonna come on the show and then come on here and break it for you.
Yay!
But it's something real big, and it's brewing right now. But I'm gonna break the news on here.
Breaking news! No, I'm excited because I'm already thinking what it could be.
All right, I got you.
Yeah, all right, then, Rock. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Love you, Rock. Mwah.
Hey, after my man knock your man out, I'm gonna hit you.
All right.
All right.
See you, King.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. Oh, we ain't losing. We ain't losing round there, Rahman. Oh my God, I'm excited about what you just said. I've just thought about everything. It's got to be some kind of eliminator, like the legend eliminator, the old geezer eliminator. I think that's what it's going to be. I'm not usually one for the what's the exhibitions and all manners. I wasn't really great for the Roy Jones Jr. Mike Tyson because I was like, people need to remember you how you was. But if it's an eliminator, amazing. But anyway, guys, you was amazing. Sorry, I was only going to read out super chatty questions. I get the greatest of guests that, the lights need to be kept on in the, so there was none. So I kept on with my lineage of questions. Shout out to 150. 150 in the building. Salute to the chat in the building. Thanks, 150, for coming through. I'm just wrapping up. So you guys have been amazing. Shouts out to HASIM the Rock RAHMAN. And as you heard, he will break news. And maybe when he goes to the Errol Spence fight, he'll hit me and I'll see what that was all about. Errol Spence beating UGAS, or maybe UGAS beating Errol Spence, who knows. But we've got his final predictions as well. I'll probably chop that up and I'll have it out early tomorrow. So SoCal Boxing, thank you. You was in the building. 150 Dream was in the building. Mark Edwards, smile back if you're ugly. Adari was in the building. Joe was in the building. Thank you for coming through. Let him away. Woo. Fish was in the building. UGC Flame was in the building. Nathan Ford was in the building. New Media Today, USA Boxing was in the building. There's a few of us was in the building. I don't know who you was, mate, but you can't be. I don't know what link that is, but don't leave links because. Oh, okay, that's for UGAS. I don't know. 913 was in the building. Luis Diaz, Outlaws Boxing, was in the building. Once again, thank you to Rock for coming through. Love him so much. He's one of the greatest personalities and legends of boxing. So, you know, it's one of those ones. So, anyway, I'm gone. Oh, yeah, I'm going live back in like, God. Well, it's supposed to be in like 20 minutes, but to do a rewatch for, what's the rewatch? It is Whitaker Oscar de la Hoya. So if you want to join me in like 20, 25 minutes, I will be back on. Anyway, I'm gone. Hey girl, it's LadyChann rep nonetheless. Come box with Chan. Gone. LadyChann has left the building. Gone. LadyChann.
Fight!